You may have heard this rumor. If you're gay in Turkey, you have to prove it with explicit photos and to avoid military service. But is it true? In Turkey, military service is compulsory for most male citizens. Men are typically required to serve once they reach adulthood. Though there are options such as paid shortened service, educational deferments, medical exceptions. The system is deeply tied to national identity. Serving in the military is often viewed as a civic duty. Historically, the Turkish armed forces classified homosexuality under health regulations as a psychosexual disorder. This meant a gay man could be declared unfit for military service. The exception did not come from recognizing LGBTQ rights. Instead, it was categorized as a medical issue. This classification was criticized by human rights organizations for being discriminatory and stigmatizing. So technically, yes, some gay men could be exempt, but the way it worked created serious problems. Before roughly 2015, there were reports from individuals and human rights groups that some applicants were pressured to provide evidence of their sexual orientation. These reports described humiliating procedures. In some cases, applicants said that they were asked for photographs or very invasive questioning. However, there has never been a formal law stating that someone must record sexual acts or provide explicit videos. Those claims are largely internet exaggerations, based on older reports and mispreparations. In response to criticism, the Turkish armed forces updated their regulations and removed explicit clauses implying such proof. Today, the process typically involves medical or psychiatric evaluation, personal declaration, review by a military medical board. The extreme rumors you see online are not current legal requirements. There is a term often mentioned in discussions, the so-called pink certificate. This is not an official colorful document. It's a nickname for the discharge paper stating someone is not fit for military service. If the exception is based on sexual orientation, the document may indirectly reveal that status, and that can create problems. In some workplaces in Turkey, employers ask about military completion status. If someone presents this exemption, it can lead to stigma or discrimination. Because of this, some gay or bisexual men choose not to seek exception and instead complete military service without disclosing their orientation. Legally, there is no rule requiring explicit sexual evidence, but socially the system has been criticized for treating homosexuality as a disorder, forcing invasive evaluations, creating potential lifelong stigma. Human rights groups argue that this structure reflects broader societal tensions around LGBTQ rights in Turkey. At the same time, the government has not criminalized homosexuality. It is legal. The issue is about classification and military policy, not criminal law. That distinction matters. Around the world, policies vary widely. Some countries have fully professional volunteer armies, allow open LGBTQ service, have no conscription at all. Others still maintain mandatory service with complex execution systems. Turkey's system reflects its own historical, political and cultural context, but it has faced international scrutiny over how exemptions are handled. There is no current law requiring explicit sex videos to avoid military service in Turkey. Sexual orientation has historically been treated as ground for medical exception. And yes, the process has been criticized as discriminatory. The rumor is exaggerated, but the controversy is real, and understanding the difference between myth and document policy is important.